Hello and welcome to Pompey Talk in partnership with Jan Leap. My name is Mark McMahon and join me in the studio today to discuss Pompey's 4-0 victory against Mansfield is News Chief Sports Writer Neil Allen.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
I honestly thought this is something you didn't want to talk about, so I've deliberately put it as my first question. The booing, as you so well put it there. Let's get your take on it first and foremost then.
It was obviously very disappointed. It's interesting. Pompey were 1-0 up against 9 men. Admittedly, it was frustrating that they weren't scoring more goals. They needed another goal to seal it, definitely. And you're just thinking, Pompey have shipped too many late goals in past seasons from winning positions. And you think, look, just get the second goal, kill the game, just sort it out. Need a win. A win was essential. But it wasn't coming, and there were missing chances. Chaplin missed a great chance. Roberts missed a great chance, and admittedly, tension rises, doesn't it? And people were getting a little frustrated. But in the end, that frustration turned into boos because some fans didn't believe they were moving the ball quick enough and attacking with enough vigour and energy, and patience effectively snapped, and the outcome was booing. Yeah. For me it was alarming because Pompey fans don't really boo. It's not what Pompey fans do. Is they support the team, and if Pompey fall behind in the game, they spur the teams on louder than before.
Yeah.
That's what Pompey fans do.
Yeah.
Not boo when their team's winning 1-0, and obviously a lot of people out there have watched Pompey longer than me for many years. I've seen Pompey almost 550 times, which pales into insignificance to so many other fans. However, I cannot recall a game when Pompey fans have booed their team 1-0 up.
Yeah.
So for me, I was shocked.
It's not something that you'd expect the players to react to in a positive manner.
No.
So in fact, for fans to be booing, it's going to make a player more inhibited. He's not going to try a pass. He's not going to take a shot in case there's a reaction. So what purpose did it serve then?
Nerves, booing instigates nerves.
Yeah.
Now, there was one moment when I think it was Baker had the ball on the right and he passed it back to Burgess, and then the boos started coming. And it gets to players, doesn't it? Suddenly they're going to play within themselves, because if the fans are booing or showing an adverse reaction, it's natural. They're not going to suddenly attack or take a man on in case it upsets people. There's no way boos contributed to Pompey playing better or scoring more goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, there has to be said, fans pay their money. It's up to them how they want to support their team. It's entirely up to them. I'm not lecturing, saying what they should or shouldn't do. I'm just saying that I didn't particularly like the boos, and it surprised me. And especially the circumstances. If Pompey had lost that game, there'd been boos.
Yeah, yeah.
Pompey had drawn that game against 9 men. There'd been boos at the final whistle. They won 4-0.
Yeah.
There were boos.
Yeah.
What next? But it's frustration. That's what happens. We're all fed up with this division. Pompey need to get out of it. We've been saying this for years. Sick to death of going to these away grounds now. Pompey have spent enough money on wages and they're the biggest club in this division. Everyone wants to get out. That's what it is, frustration. But it's so unusual to happen like that when Pompey are winning, that the boo's there.
You hear some fans sometimes, whenever something's not going their way, they get a bit agitated, they're off their streets, they're shouting, but they actually manifest that into booing as a collective group. I have to admit, in all my days of following football, I've never actually heard it, especially when a side has been winning. So it's such a unique occasion, a unique happening then.
It sticks in your mind as well. I still remember a few years ago, Johnny Ertel being booed before he went on the pitch as a substitute. That sticks in your mind, and quite surprising. Johnny Ertel, a guy who gave everything, booed before he got on the pitch. Give him a chance to play badly to boo him, let alone whatever. But and then yesterday was another one. It just sticks in your mind. And for me, a massive dampener after the game. Everyone should have been happy. You speak to fans after the game, social media after the game. I spoke to people at the football club after the game. It's just a dampener. People were really downbeat after a 4-0 win because of that. It clearly affected the manager. Yeah. It affected some of the players. They were surprised. Yeah. So Pompey win 4-0, and for me, it completely takes the gloss off the victory. Exactly. And other people will say the same and have said the same. So from my point of view, it's disappointing, but fans can do what they like, I suppose, when they're at the game. They can get over their emotions however they wish.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean everyone else has to like it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've given the Boo Boys enough publicity. Then, in terms, you mentioned it yourself, Pompey won 4-0 in the end, and patience then did finally pay off for them.
Yes, important win, wasn't it? Pompey was slow at times, exploiting the 9 men. But as Carl Baker said afterwards, the manager said afterwards, it was just a case of patience, biding your time, waiting for the cracks to appear. And that's what they did. And they got 3 goals in the last 6 minutes, didn't they? Smith could have gotten 1 with a back heel, they just went wide. So they could have been 5 as well. So they ran away with it in the end against 9 men, which you'd expect to score more against 9 men, wouldn't you? It's natural, you expect to score against 9 men. But the win was so important for Pompey.
Yeah.
It really was, after successive league defeats. And it keeps them involved at the top of the table there in 4th place now, isn't it?
I was going to say, they're only 3 points off the automatic promotion spots, 4 points behind 2nd place. Surely Pompey fans should be looking at this and going, you know what, we're in the right position, we can still drive forward and get that promotion that we so desperately want.
They're still there. Unfortunately, Plymouth keep winning, don't they?
Yeah.
Plymouth keep winning there.
Maybe you are playing for 2nd place then.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, but that does put pressure on Pompey. Plymouth doing so well with a completely new team. He's rebuilt his team completely. But Pompey's still involved. 4 points off 2nd place. The 3rd highest scorers in the division. Yeah. So they're still there. They need to string some wins together now, because there's nerves there among the fans. There's the expectancy, which is rightly so. And this has got to be the year. Has to be the year. Has to be the year for Paul Cook. Has to be the year for the fans.
Right.
If not, things have to change.
Okay. Well, let's then take the positives out of Saturday's game. You pinpointed Danny Rose as your man of the match. Again, he played a magnificent midfield role in there on Saturday, which makes, Linganzi, who had been doing well in his absence, it's going to make his fight for a place even harder now.
Yeah, he's still banned for another game, Linganzi. What I like what Rose did, he played a bit more advanced than Doyle, and he was bombing forward a lot, trying to get into the penalty area. And I know they're perceived as the 2 holding midfielders, but Rose wasn't really holding that much. He was getting forward, so a more attacking instincts there. And his career shows that he can score goals. At different levels he's scored goals, and he's got 2 already this season. But he was regularly getting in the box. There's one occasion where the keeper saved it and he charged in and just failed to get the end of the rebound. And I thought he did ever so well, knitting everything together, his energy, his work rate, and really, really good performance from him as he looks to re-establish himself in the side in the absence of Linganzi, who replaced him. And
was another positive then is the clean sheet that Pompey had. I think it's the first one at home since the Crawley win back in early September.
Is it? Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, again, we know that they're susceptible at the back, and clean sheets are important. It's just a vital win, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really, really was important. And now they go to Cheltenham looking to build on that.
Yeah. Well, I just want to touch on the defence a wee bit. You obviously give Christian Burgess was your defender of the game, but Matt Clark, how's he been settling in since his return from injury?
Yeah, it's obviously the previous league game was Cambridge, when they did so well. They got a clean sheet there, didn't they? So for that win, and Cook likes the left and right-footed centre halves.
For that balance.
And those two do generally do very well together. Obviously at the FA Cup game against Wickham and the defeat, but overall they played well together last season, and they've done it this season as well, so they've got a few clean sheets, so it's good to keep that combination there intact now. Okay,
and up front, Noel Hunt obviously scored his first goal for the club and his first goal at Fratton Park, I believe, as well. How important was it for him to actually score a goal? He hasn't really had a chance to impress, coming off the substitute bench the last 10 minutes of the games.
He's been injured, hasn't he? And for me, he's done more than Michael Smith and Curtis Main this season. No, not to say that the other two won't impress and won't come into the frame, but at the moment, Hunt's well ahead of them in the pecking order to challenge Connor Chaplin. So he was there on the spot really for the finish. It was a good ball from Naismith, but he's shown that he can make an impact, and he's very good around the place, and he knows his stuff, doesn't he? So I think he's a really good recruit. So hopefully many more goals from him.
We'll still see the best. We'll still see the best out of Noel Hunt then as well. Then, yeah. And in terms of Carl Baker, then 2 goals. That makes him second in Pompey's goal scoring charts, which is quite surprising when you see how well Chapman's been doing as well.
Yeah, he's 2 really good strikes, weren't they? Left foot and 1 right foot. And
we always knew he liked his shot from what we've seen pre-season, etc. Yeah.
But and he also struck the post as well, considering from the left in the first half. So he's got that. He's got goals in midfield. And Gareth Evans, obviously, we've not seen him much on the right hand side this season, but last year he got 10 from the right as well. So you're getting goals from midfield with Roberts' penalties as well. And so everyone's chipping in there, aren't they?
Yeah. And just finally, then obviously Cheltenham you mentioned earlier on Saturday. It's another big win is needed just to maintain that momentum that Pompey have picked up this past few weeks.
They need it to build and settle some of those nerves, don't they? And Pompey played far better away from home in recent weeks, and they just need to continue that.
Okay, well, thanks for your thoughts. You've been watching Pompey Talk in partnership with Giant Leap. We'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.